Shalom, shalom, shalom. A good day to be alive. It certainly is. I'm going to wait for a few folks to come on to join me. For those of you who hear me say, and don't believe me when I say it, I'm not going to be on here long. I truly mean it today because I'm not going to be able to stay on too long. And that's the truth. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer and see if folks are going to join me. Who's coming in? Who's going to come in and chat with me? And hopefully you have make sure I'm not leaving any spills. Hopefully you have your tea or your coffee or whatever it is that you're having this morning with you. Shalom, shalom, family. Come on in. Susan Fit, you say hi from South Carolina. How's the weather there? We have snow on the ground here. It's kind of a gray day and it's cold. So how is it where you are, sweet Susan? And look, Susan Zittle is here too. It's the day of the Susans. Shalom, shalom, sweet Susan Zittle and Sheepoo. It's good to see you guys. You know what? At first, I wasn't going to come on and do a live. I wasn't going to do a video today at all because I'm just not feeling up to snuff. I am just not feeling up to snuff. And as you can see, yesterday I was having problems with my eyes. As you can see, still doing it, still having issues. They're all swollen, can barely see anything out of it. So that pretty much, I did my reading though. You know, I'm gonna look, the devil ain't gonna get me there. I'm gonna get that Bible reading in. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get my reading of the word in. And it was a little bit of a struggle, so I only did so much, Susan Fitz says, just made some elderberry syrup. I have the ingredients to do that, but I haven't done it yet. I was thinking about doing some of those jellies too. Have you seen those? So she says, just made elderberry syrup. We had bad weather on Tuesday and expecting bad weather on Friday. Yeah, I think that we are too expecting some storms to come through. Well, just stay warm. Stay warm and healthy, okay? And you're a little under the weather, Susan Zittle, honey. I'm praying your healing like I'm praying my healing at this point in time. I have, every now and then, family, we need to take a break. And sometimes we don't until we have to. Until we have to. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but Mary C is not having the best day. I'm grateful to be alive, don't get me wrong, but I'm having a difficult time with my eyes and this, whatever this is that's going on right now. But the Heavenly Father, He has me. He has me. And again, it's to the point where I can't concentrate on one thing for very long. The eyes start running, they're itchy, they're all kinds of stuff. So I've taken an antihistamine. You know what that means? Even the ones that they say are non-drowsy, not for me, because I'm not a pill popper. I'm not of the habit of taking meds. I try to weather the storm, if you will. So I don't normally put a whole lot of stuff in my body as far as the meds unless I really have to. And I took an antihistamine. So if I took one of those, I must be at the point where, I need a little bit of relief. Okay. Shalom, shalom. Susan Fit, you say, yes, I'll use the syrup with plain gelatin to make the gummies. Yeah, because a lot of people will frown at the gelatin because a lot of it, or not a lot of it, but some of it is made with unclean animals, pigs. But they have gelatins that are out there that are not made of unclean animals. So you can find them. if you're looking for them, so you can. Um, what are you talking about, old McMoney? It's good to see you, sweetheart. You're talking about raw local honey. We have some here, but I have I try to keep a little stash of it. But here's a question for you, family. Any of you know how to keep your honey when you store it up? You know, if you are trying to make sure that you keep them on your shelf, how do you make sure that they don't seize up on you and get hard? If you have any ideas on how to keep that from happening to your honey that you store up on the shelves, let me and the rest of the family know, because I've got a couple of bottles, and at least one of those has, I've got a few bottles, but at least one of those is seized up. And it's a complete full bottle. It had never been opened, but it's seized up. And when I say seized up, it gets hard, like a brick for the most part. So if you have any tips on how to keep that from happening, and then once it happens, how to soften it back up, oh, I need some help on that. If you know how to do that. Absolutely. Phyllis, shalom, shalom, beautiful. Phyllis says, where is it at now? It says, good morning, beautiful family. It's a blessed day to be in the land of the living. God is so merciful. He is. And he must, obviously, he's trying to tell me to sit down and be still. I was going to do a little crocheting. Well, with eyes like this, you can't crochet. You can't read, because eyes like this, you can't read. So pretty much I'm trying to be still. And so I wasn't gonna do a video, because I got up this morning and my eyes, oh my goodness, family, my eyes were caked over. I mean, you know what I mean, with all of the all the yucky stuff in it, right? And got the drainage going and all kinds of stuff. So I'm drinking. I got my green tea, with citrus in it, and lime, and and honey. Okay, so that's what I'm doing over here. But I got up and I said, you know what? And I got up, did a few things, and then I crawled back in the bed, and I got a cool cloth and laid it on my eyes, and sat there for a little bit. And I said, you know what? Let me go get me something to drink. So I went and got myself some hot tea, and then I said, you know what? I feel like talking to the family. Let me go in there. I said, okay, I know what the title of this was going to be: a hot mess, because I look a hot mess, but I'm blessed. Okay. uh, okay. All right. So you know what? It's in a bottle. So you say you spoon yours out. Mine is in a bottle, a narrow neck bottle. Now the rest of the body of the bottle is a nice size, but it's got a narrow neck at the top. Can't get a spoon in there if I wanted to. And I'm speaking to old McMoney here. I'm trying to keep up with uh, the chat. Oh, McMoney, you say your honey seized up too. You spoon it out and heat it up, and then it softens. Okay, that's one way to do it. Oh, Dominique, shalom, shalom, my beautiful sis. You say, Mary C., boil regular green tea bag. Place the the bag on your eye for 10 minutes. Girl, you know I'm going to try it. I certainly will. Oh, thank you, old McMoney, honey. I know I look a hot mess. My eyes are like, ugh. They're itchy, and I'm telling you. Witch hazel. Okay, y'all helping me out here. Doris, thank you, beautiful, says witch hazel on a warm cloth is great for the eyes. All right, I'm going to do that. You know what else I have? I have lavender eye bags, and what you do is you heat those up. But I've been because for some reason the cool on the eyes have been really, really soothing, putting the coolness on the eyes. And you can do it both ways. You can take and put the the eye bags on the refrigerator, or you can put them in the microwave and heat them up. But it's so far the coolness has been soothing. Um, the coolness is something that has been very soothing. But I will try I'm going to try some of these things that you guys are sharing with me. If the honey crystallizes, Susan says, who else has problems with their honey seizing up and getting hard on them? Um, it happens. It happens to me often. I hate to throw anything out. You know that. So, Susan, beautiful Susan said, if the honey crystallizes, try placing it in warm water. Okay. I have some nettles. What are you doing with the nettles? I bought it a long time ago because I seen some kind of recipe, probably off of Pinterest, that told me that these nettles were good, and so I bought a big old bag of them. Have not used them yet. So, what are you using them for, Old McMoney? Shalom, shalom, Ruby Timbers. It's good to see you, sweetheart. And Doris Hernandez. Sliced cucumbers have been used to reduce inflammation around the eyes. That is our sweet sis, Susan. So, you guys, I'm going to get off the subject of me being a hot mess for a few minutes and just to talk with you guys about prepping. Have you guys gotten to the point where you are caught up with your prepping? And you know what I found yesterday? And I'm going to order myself one. Maybe I'll order a couple of them and then give one away on one of my lives. Maybe I'll do that. I think I will do that because I think it's so helpful. I showed you yesterday my binder, and then I thought about it after I showed it to you. The binder to keep all your important papers in. After I showed it to you, I thought, well, this thing is hard. It's very hard. It's good. I can carry it around the house, but I'm thinking, do I really want to put this in one of my bags? Okay. And so what I did was I went over to Timu family and I found some binders, if you will, or file folders, flexible ones, that bend, flexible ones that are big enough to hold 8.5 by 11 type papers. So if you've got something that size that you need to store, and they have like a plastic uh, cover on them. And I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to use for my uh, to go with me important binder. So what I'll do is when I get mine, I will order a few of them. I said before, I said I was going to order myself and order another one, but I think I'm going to order a few of them, and I'm going to give some away to you guys if you're interested in them. So I'll do a raffle or something like that. We'll figure it out on one of the shows. When they come in, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But everybody needs to have a binder. If you don't already have one, you need to have some type of binder that you can put all your important papers in so that when you need to leave home because of an emergency situation, you have all of your documents or copies of your documents. All right. So I thought about that yesterday, but I hope that you guys are up to date on everything. You got your car bag prepped and ready for the season that we're in. You updated that, I hope. You've made sure that your gas tank is full. You have done the bank run, went to the bank and got some cash out. And when you do that, to make sure that you have singles, that you have fives, and that you have tens. Don't get a whole bunch of 20s and $100 bills that you cannot, that some people may not be able to give you change back from or for. Okay, and that's the way I look at that. If you have to go to the store and you bought something that was going to cost you, let's say it's going to cost you $12, but all you have is a 20, and they can't give you change back. What do you do? What do you do? So make sure you've got a bunch of singles. All right. I like that, Old McMoney. Old McMoney has, you know what? I bet you can bunk out in my vehicle as well, Old McMoney. Old McMoney says, I set up my whole SUV as a bug out shelter. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I never stop thinking about ways to prep and survive. And, if you stop and you think about it, that's a sad thing to say about the world we live in. It really is. But I think it's a necessary thing in the times that we're in. But it's sad, isn't it? It's sad. It's sad in this day and age that when I go to the grocery store or if I go anywhere, I am doing you know, I'm checking my surroundings. I'm looking around. Who else is in here with me? What kind of people are close by? Is it all family, families with little children? Um, how safe is this area that I'm in? I'm always doing that. If I see something, if my husband is with me and I see something that's off, a little suspicious, I alert him right away. And we keep an eye on it when we go throughout wherever we're going. If it seems too much, we will stop doing what we're doing and we'll head out. And we've had that happen before. We've gone to a grocery store and it was a kind of like a grand opening. We didn't go to the grand opening because we don't like being around that many people. We waited until it eased up a little bit to go into the store. But before we went in, we were getting out of our vehicle in the parking lot, and a young man was walking by. He had a backpack on, hat on his head, backpack, and he was walking away from us. He had passed our vehicle and was walking away from us. However, he was talking and he was talking to himself. He was talking out loud and he had a very angry tone to his voice. Noticed him right away, pointed him out to hubby. And sure enough, he goes into the store. We didn't realize he had come into the store until after we had already gotten in there. So we're in there, and I kind of snuck over to my husband and said, there he is. And we look around, as we always do in all of the stores that we go in. Where's the nearest exit? How many people would be trying to hit that exit if this guy decides to go off and he does something? And there were two exits. Two exits and two entrances. Well, no, let me slow down. There was the one entrance that we came in, okay? And the way that was set up was you could go in one door and there was a partition or something that separated you from going out of the exit door. And that was the front. So they had an exit and an entrance in. There was no crossing over those two because they had a partition in between them. Okay. Now I imagine you could go back out of the entrance way, but the way they had it set up is they wanted you to come in, go around the store, and then go out the other way. Okay. And so we noticed that. And then there was another side that was kind of another area that was kind of off by itself, and there was a door that was an exit. So hubby and I were, kind of talking to each other. That's the one we're going to go for. We're not going to go for the main one because that's what I think everybody would be doing, is going for the main one. Well, we were uncomfortable enough in there with this guy, and he was still talking, that we decided to shop at another time, and we left. If you're in a situation and you take control, family, you don't have to be somewhere where where it's not safe, where you suspect someone is going to go off and do something. You don't have to be there. Get up and go. I don't care what you have in your basket. Get up and go. The whole thing is to survive and be safe. Okay, Crystal, we missed you too. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Oh my goodness, Miss Rob, are you off today? This is my sis, my blood sis. Miss Rose Rob is my blood sis. Good to see you, beautiful. Yeah, I don't do crowded places. If I can avoid them, I will. There are certain restaurants. My husband and I went to a restaurant the other day. We had a hankering for a steak dinner. Every now and then we do that. Pray, because we're hoping and praying that the stuff that we're getting when we do decide to go out is real food. So you pray over your food if you decide to go out. So we went out to a steak place, and it's like the only steak house that we have here in my area. And we both decided yesterday, after going, food is good, no problem there, but we won't go back. We won't go back because of the layout of the place and because it's loud in there. It's there's the way it's set up is just a loud place. It's very loud, and they have banisters. You know, they have where you kind of go up a few stairs, and they have like a platform that has railings across it, and people are sitting up, and then people that are sitting down on the side of them, and it's just one of those really packed. They got things every packed in, and the aisleways are very narrow, and the entrance is on one end, and they've got an emergency exit on the other end, and that part of it is, I don't have a problem with that, but just the way that the place is laid out, we won't go back there. Okay, we won't go back there. Have a blessed day, but the sword got to get to work. Have a blessed day, sweetie. All right, family. So again, just a reminder, stock up, get all your preps in order so that you don't have to run out unexpectedly for this or that. Let the crazies do all that kind of stuff. In the event that something goes down, let them be the ones to panic. You make sure that you've got everything you need on hand so that you can lay low and wait it out. That's the way we look at it. Lay low, wait it out. And if you find that in the event of an emergency, things are going down, and you find that you're missing something, do without. Learn how. This old school, okay? This is old school teaching. Learn how to do without or make do until things settle down. All right? Shalom, shalom, Miriam, y'all. Bethany, I haven't seen you in forever, sweetheart. It's good to see you. You said you got firewood yesterday. Was it expensive? Because I know in our area, my husband, we wait and get it the natural way, because I'm going to tell you, when you go to the store and you get it, they want an arm and a leg for it. An arm and a leg and your first 3 grandchildren. Okay? It's very expensive. I hope that you were able to get it at a good price. Absolutely, Phyllis. We do need to be vigilant in all of our surroundings, wherever we are. I never have my back to the door. Never. And you know what you also need to do? You also need to have a way of talking to those who are around you, that are close by you. You need to have a way of talking to them, to signal them and to message them without alerting everybody else around you. My husband and I have a way of communicating with each other that wouldn't give away what we're trying to say to other people, if you know what I mean. Okay. So we have a way of communicating one with each other, so that, because I tell them all the time, you got to pick up on what I'm saying, or they'll say, Mary, you got to pick up on what's going on here. So here we have the eye thing too. It's kind of like when you're with your kids and they act out, and you give them the eye, so they know not to act out anymore when something's going on. And you also have the signal, don't look behind you, but right. So you need to have a communication with those that are close by you, so that you're not giving yourself away to everybody and his brother on what you're trying to say, especially if it needs to be something that's just between you two. Okay. Does that make sense? Yep. You make do. That's a good one. I like that. Dominic says, I asked my kids for a closet, my kid for a closet in their house, started a mini prep in that closet, just in case I'm there and not at home. It's kind of like having a get home bag, right? But it's a bag at somebody else's home. I like that. Giggles. I learned to work around people. That's pretty good. Pallets of wood. We buy pallets, okay? Uh, in Memphis. That's a good one too. And that is Crystal. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Miriam, y'all, Bethany, you've had 2 deaths in your family. My condolences to you and your family. May the Heavenly Father strengthen you and give you peace during this time. And you say that you got a trunk full of wood for $20. That's pretty good. If you got a trunk full. Okay. Sis says that she purchased a solar radio. Very good. And we'll get walkie talkies. And you know what else is good? We have the crank radio. And the crank radio, they have a crank flashlight, all of those things. And when I say crank, that means you manually crank them. Okay. So those are some good things to have. A solar radio, good to have. And she says she will get walkie talkies. I have walkie talkies as well. The only thing is, walkie talkies, it's limited to distances. Okay. But if you're like with your spouse or family members and you're within a certain range of each other, that might be a good thing to use. So we have them as well. That's a good thing to do. Okay, yours cranks as well. That's good. Okay, I like that. Good on you, sis. Good on you. See, we're forever thinking ahead, right? And ELO, you're really getting into it. She just printed a Morse code list. Can use walkie talkies and a nautical radio. That is fabulous. Ah, develop a, let me see, where is that at? Oh, McMoney says, we need to develop our own nonverbal communication that only you and your prep family know. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right, family. I'm on here 29 minutes. That's long enough. I am going to warm up some more tea. And today is going to be one of those days that Mary C is going to sit still. I think that's what the Heavenly Father is trying to tell me to do. Be still. Be still and know that I am God. Hallelujah. I'm going to go and put some stuff. You guys gave me some pretty good suggestions, which Hazel was one, to put tea bags, the green tea, on my eyes, tea bags on my eyes. I'm going to try that. And I'm going to rest up today. And hopefully, Lord willing, and as the old folks say, and the creek don't rise, I'll see you again tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. No, no, no. Um, it was on a cloth, sweetheart. Even on a cloth, you saying not to? I won't put it in my eyes. Thank you. Yeah, on cloth they were saying to use it because I said I don't know if you heard me say it or not, but I was saying that my eyes had gotten really, really um, crusted over, and I'm draining. I'm draining, so it's my nose is draining. I'm congested up in here. So um, I am going to go and take care of that. I thank you all for your suggestions. Y'all pray for me. I pray for you all the time, but pray for me. Pray for your sis. All right. Y'all go out and be blessed today. Be a light. Stay safe and healthy. I love you. Love you. But know this, our Heavenly Father, He loves you so much more. Shalom, family.